So, you know, the whole purpose of our lives is to chase something that we want and chase the potential that we desire and to chase the potential that we think we can gain. And that's what makes most of our lives. That's what makes who we are, makes our personality, our mindset. But with a lot of people, especially in this new generation, other people's journeys, other people's mindset, that's what makes up out of their personality. I feel like that's really a main cause or a main problem that deals with social media. And it goes into an addiction. There's people watching online and they see other people's journeys, and sometimes it's good, it motivates them to become a better person. But now in this generation, it can get really, really toxic. And I'm about to go into a huge, huge debate of social media and how, yes, it can have its good side where it motivates a lot of people, but there's a really, really toxic side that gets really addicting. The unsatisfactory, the low time span, it gets all in a cycle and it gets really toxic for a lot of kids. So to start it off, you know, we develop really bad, risky decision making capabilities with social media. We see a lot of people, maybe they have the freedom to make bad decisions, to make funner decisions that we would want to do ourselves, and these kids are replicating that, not knowing the exact consequences, not knowing how it could really affect their lives compared to the people they see online in their lives. So, you know, one thing about mainly about addiction is you're checking constantly on your phone, on your phone, on your phone, and it gets really addicting. I'm guilty of it myself. I I will be honest, I can be really guilty of that, but I've learned, and some solutions I'll be going into towards the end of the video. So, you know, the most toxic part about it is it doesn't affect adults as much. Adults are more aware of the toxic stuff they're getting into, but it really affects younger kids. Kids who are in middle school, 10 to 13, young teenagers, and they're getting introduced to this type of toxicity, this toxic mindset mentality of, seeing other people what they have and trying to and get feeling insecure from that, being like, why don't I have that? Why don't I have that type of thing? It gets them really insecure. So, you know, also disregarding the influencer stuff, they become really lazy. With actual social media addiction, they're constantly checking the TikToks, Instagram, Snapchat. They get really lazy. They get caught up in the whole time span of everyone else's lives, where they're at the point where they forget their own life. What's going on in their own life, how they should be improving their own life. They start to prioritize it over homework. You know, over homework, because we're talking about young teenagers. They don't have work or stuff like that. They only have homework. They don't prioritize that. They rather prioritize TikTok, stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I'm guilty of it too, but I found my way out of it. I found a balance, and balance is something I'm gonna talk about towards the end of the video. So, to go into some causes, main causes, obviously social media. Social media is the main cause. I can go into great depth about this, but into a certain topic is the entertainment it gives you, right? Some people watch it for educational reasons, and that's good. But some people watch it, to satisfy themselves in a short time span. Like, especially on TikTok, you're seeing like 15-second videos 100 times in 1 hour. Math is a bit wrong right there, but you're seeing a lot of videos. It's like a new journey every single 15 seconds. And these type of things, you can see the wrong video and it can change your whole mindset. It can turn into some anxiety. It gets you sad. It gets you in like a certain mood of direction where it can turn really toxic fast. And you know try to go into some solutions here. I think we should, as society, help each other out and show, yo, this is how social media is helping me. This is how it should be helping you. If it's not helping you like that, then we gotta fix something. So I would say try to limit screen time. Screen time is something that I need to fix on myself. I do go on my phone a lot, but I do use it for educational reasons mostly. So it's something that I think other people can work on with that too. But screen time, I think that's something that really needs to be limited. Deleting apps that are very toxic to you. If you see you see an app that's toxic to you, that makes you feel insecure, like Instagram. Maybe you're seeing someone else's body and you're feeling really insecure. Just delete the app. Reinvest a few months in yourself and find the love for yourself that you need. Another way is, I think, a main topic about these causes is the parents need to have more control on their kids' lives. These parents are not putting their foot down and saying, okay, you can't be having these apps, you can't be on your phone at this certain time. I think that's where the parents need to come in and cooperate with this type of addiction, this society where it's addicted to other people's lives, and they disappear, and they're not in the whole actual life. They're in other people's lives. They're in a different reality, and I think this is really toxic for little kids. We're talking about teenagers. Getting introduced to these type of social media apps. I feel like parents for sure need to step it up in that type of direction. But to go into some articles that I have here, some of these articles are talking about how never being satisfied. This is from Jacob Miller from the University of Iowa. Never feeling satisfied, and that's why yes, you feel satisfied in the 15 seconds you watch a TikTok, but you keep going for the reason of you're not being satisfied yet. You want to see more. You want to see what's ahead of me. And yes, that's good if you're talking about like real life. You have goals ahead of you. But you're talking about social media. Obviously that's a way different thing. That has no value in your life. And to go into another one, Chris Fernandez from the University of Arkansas, he says that with the internet and technology is getting introduced new every single year, new iPhones. Younger kids are starting to want to introduce to that type of stuff. They feel lured to have these type of things. They see on social media, or maybe their friend has a new iPhone. They're like, yo, I want that. And it starts to feel like a competition. It's not a good competition. With a real group of friends, you push each other to push you guys to the limits, become better people. But when it comes to social media addiction, it's more of like, okay, what can I do to be better than that person? And you shouldn't be competing against another person. You should always be competing against yourself and how you can become a better person. And this addiction will only grow with this type of mindset. To go into an article about balance from the Daily News Journal, it says balance doesn't mean remove social media completely. It also doesn't mean remove or like cut off social media for a certain amount of time. It's talking about finding a balance between both of them. Yes, social media or having your entertainment is healthy. You don't want to be always constantly working. You don't have a balance in your life. And that's what I want to conclude my whole speech about. Is that finding a balance with social media. Social media can become very addicting, yes. But when you find it for the right reasons, you find a balance of where, okay, I have a balance where it's becoming educational, but at the same time, yes, it could affect me here and there, but I know when to stop. I know my limits. That's when you find a balance where you really start to reinvest your whole life and see the social media addiction and try to be like, okay, what can I gain from this? What am I getting some disadvantages from this? And when you change that type of mindset, I think that really helps a lot of people. And yeah, that's about it. I want to conclude saying that, social media addiction is something that we can all fix as a society and something that we need to put more awareness on. Yeah, have a good day.